At about 10 million, it becomes a different company. And what happens is selling and hiring people isn't enough. You have to start tracking things.
Hello and welcome to CallumConnects Micro-Podcast. Our guest today is Mark Aylward. Mark is the founder of 7 Pillars LLC and has been a technical staffing owner, operator, entrepreneur for 30 years.
So a hurdle I've faced as an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years in the technical staffing space. And the second company that I built with a couple of buddies of mine, we were in the 4th or 5th year and we had been doubling our revenue. First year we did 2 million, second year we did 4 and then 8. And then it slowed a little, we got to about 12. And we started struggling with the management of the organization. In my experience, when you get to 10 million, it could be different for different industries, but in our service industry, at about 10 million, it becomes a different company. And what happens is selling and hiring people isn't enough. You have to start tracking things. Actually, in hindsight, well before that mark, you should start tracking things. What I mean really is financial reporting, and you have to serve a market that you can be an expert in. In our confusion, we were introduced to a consultant, an older fellow that had significant success as an entrepreneur himself. He was basically helping young men like us get past the hurdles that you run into as an entrepreneur when your company's growing that rapidly. And he came in, we paid him $10,000 a month. And I remember looking at my partners saying, we're going to pay somebody $10,000 a month that's not selling something? That sounds absurd. But we agreed and we did it. We took a leap. And this guy came in and he interviewed a bunch of stakeholders and looked at a bunch of stuff and reports and documents. And essentially he came back to us in the second month and said, there's 2 things you need to do. One is you have to stop trying to be everything to everyone. You have to find a much more specialized market. You're going to have to pick one and you're going to have to drop all the other ones. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be counterintuitive. But what's going to happen once you do that is your expertise in that one particular area is going to go through the roof. And you can then begin talking to people as the expert in that space. And what else happens is when you're the expert in any space, you can charge more. And then the second thing he said was, you guys are doing a great job of selling, but you have no idea where your money is and when it's coming in. So I want you to hire someone with a credentialed background in accounting, a CPA, not a controller, not a bookkeeper. And I want you to formalize your reporting. Financial reporting, P&Ls, balance sheets, most importantly, cash flow. You need to start doing cash flow reporting so that you can sit down weekly and meet and determine who needs to follow up on what. And based on our current receivables, what kind of money can we spend for expansion? How do we have to tighten our belts? What other things do we need to move and pivot on? So that's probably the biggest challenge of my career. We were so confident, we were doing so well that we hit that wall and the money started coming in more slowly and we weren't tracking. And then we were trying to be everything to everybody. The technical staffing space, you got to pick a technology, pick a geography, you got to pick a industry. And then once you get moving in your specialty, you can diversify based on revenue and profit. But when you have nothing or you're stuck, those are the 2 things I will always remember. Better financial reporting and niching it down like big time, way smaller than you think. Anyway, hope that helps.
If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to find more inspiring information about entrepreneurs around the world doing incredible things, make your way to enterprisezone.cc.